Listen to me. I don't know who told you you weren't enough. I don't know what you've been through, but I came here to tell you today, greatness is within you. Yeah, you heard me. It's not outside you. It's not in the degree. It's not in a degree. It's not in a title. It's already in you. See, you've been looking around for something that's already in your DNA. You were born to be great. But let me tell you something. Greatness ain't about talent. It's about grind. It's about grind. It's about heart. It's about refusing to quit when everybody else walks away. You got a dream? Then protect it. Fight for it. Don't just talk about it, be about it, don't you? Let your past define your future. I was homeless, slept in abandoned buildings, ate out of trash cans, but I never gave up because I knew if I could look up, I could get up. You don't need the world to believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself. You just need to show up one more time when everybody else quits. I'm not talking about average. I'm not talking about being good. I'm talking about being phenomenal. You hear me? Because when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be great. It's not about being the best. It's about being your best. And that means digging deeper, going harder, giving your all every single day. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't owe you nothing. But you owe yourself everything. You owe yourself the gift God put inside you. And that gift, that purpose, that calling, it's already within you. So wake up, show up, level up, and never forget. Greatness is not something you chase. It's something you unleash because greatness is already within you. You've been looking in all the wrong places. You've been searching, chasing, running after things like titles, positions, likes, followers, cars, and degrees, thinking maybe if I just get that next job, that next opportunity, that next breakthrough, then I'll be great. If I get recognized, then maybe I feel like I matter. If they clap for me, maybe I'll finally believe in myself. But let me tell you something right now. Greatness is not out there. Greatness is not something you find. It's something you unlock. And the key ain't in the world's hands. It's in your hands. It's been in you the whole time. From the day you were born, greatness was planted in your soul like a seed. But you've been so focused on what's outside, you forgot to water what's already inside. You don't need anyone to give you permission to be great. You don't need someone to open the door for you. You don't need the perfect circumstances. You don't need to be born into the right family or go to the most expensive school. You just need to recognize what you already carry. Duh. You are the resource. You are the fire. You are the answer. Everything you need to become everything you were meant to be. It's already in your chest, in your mind, in your blood. You've just been too distracted to hear, too hurt to feel it, too afraid to believe it. But it's there, still burning, still waiting, still powerful. Your job is not to go find greatness. Your job is to stop bending under fear, under excuses, under procrastination, under doubt. You've been talking yourself out of what was meant for you. You've been convincing yourself you're average when you were built for excellence. You're trying to be somebody else when all you have to do is be you. You don't need to copy anybody. You don't need to fit into anyone's box. You don't need to shrink yourself just to be accepted. The problem is you're so busy trying to be accepted, you've forgotten how to be authentic, the real you, the unapologetic you. That's where your greatness is hiding. It's not in pretending. It's not in performance. It's in present. It's in owning who you are, flaws and all, struggles and all, pain and all. Because your greatness doesn't come from perfection. It comes from pressure, from going through it, from being tested, from being broken and still choosing to rise. You think the world is going to hand it to you? You think somebody's going to walk up and say, hey, here's your greatness. Here's your legacy. Here's your impact. No, you got to take it. You got to fight for it. You got to grind for it. You got to wake up when it's easier to sleep in. You got to speak up when your voice is shaking. You got to stand up when your legs feel weak. That's greatness. It's not what you have. It's what you do when no one's watching. It's how you move when you don't feel strong. It's how you keep going when nothing around you is cheering. You're powerful, but you've forgotten it. You've been conditioned to think you're limited. You've been told to stay in your place. You've been trained to follow the script. But greatness doesn't follow scripts. Greatness writes them. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to stand out. You weren't created to live on autopilot. You were designed to ignite. But it doesn't start with some big event. It doesn't start with some viral moment. It starts with a decision. Right here, right now. A decision to believe in what's already been placed inside of you. Let me make it plain. You don't need the world to validate your calling. You don't need someone to co-sign your dream. You don't need everything to line up perfectly before you start walking in your power. You just need to stop denying the fire inside of you. You got strength that hasn't been tested yet. You got dreams that are still waiting to be chased. You got purpose that's still waiting to be fulfilled, and nobody can activate it for you. Not your mom, not your coach, not your teacher, not even me. Only you. You have to own it. You have to claim it. You have to live it. You think I got here because somebody gave me something? No, I was homeless. I was broken. I was lost. But I didn't let my situation define my spirit. I didn't let my struggle silence my strength. I found greatness in the darkest places. Because greatness doesn't always show up when it's easy. Sometimes it shows up when everything's falling apart. When you got nothing left but faith. When you're down to your last breath and you still choose to fight. That's where greatness lives. In the deep places. In the places no one sees. In the choices nobody claps for. In the quiet grind. In the small wins. In the persistence. In the resilience. That's where it is. And it's been there the whole time. So stop waiting for greatness to come knock on your door. It's already in your house. Stop thinking you need to get it from somewhere else. It's already in your bones. It's in your hunger. It's in your hustle. You are not average. I don't care what they told you. I don't care what the teacher said. I don't care what the test scores said. I don't care what your environment looks like right now. You were not born to blend in. You were not designed to just survive. You weren't created just to clock in, clock out, pay bills, and die. There's something unique inside of you, something this world has never seen before and will never see again. You have purpose in your blood, destiny in your bones, vision in your soul. But the problem is too many people settle. Too many people accept average. Too many people give in to comfort and call. But that ain't you. That's not what you were made for. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, how can you say that? You don't know what I've been through. You don't know where I come from. You're right. I don't. But I don't need to, because I know what's inside you. I know the God who made you doesn't make mistakes. I know you weren't put on this earth just to exist. You were put here to impact. You were put here to shift the atmosphere. You were put here to do something that only you can do. You were born on purpose, with purpose, for purpose. And when you believe that, when you finally start to accept that truth, everything changes. The way you walk changes. The way you talk changes. The way you wake up in the morning changes. Because you're not living by accident anymore. You're living on assignment. Average doesn't fit you. You've tried it. You've worn it like a jacket. You tried to fit in. You tried to dumb yourself down. You tried to go with the flow. And deep down, you hated every second of it. Because you weren't made for the flow. You were made to lead it. You weren't made to follow trends. You were made to set them. But fear will convince you to hide. Doubt will tell you it's safer to stay small. Pain will whisper that you're not enough. And if you listen to those lies long enough, you'll forget who you really are. You'll forget that you got lion blood, that you were built to rise, that the same fire that keeps burning in your chest, that's purpose trying to come out. You keep waiting for a sign, and I'm telling you, you're the sign. You want a word from the universe? Here it is. You matter. You have a gift that no one else has. You have a voice that somebody needs to hear. You got an idea, a dream, a talent, a story that could save lives, change lives, break chains. But you've been sitting on it. You've been sleeping on it. Why? Because it's easier to stay average. It's easier to go unnoticed. It's easier to not risk rejection. But let me tell you something. Playing it safe will never lead to purpose. Hiding will never lead to healing. Shrinking will never lead to significance. You've got to decide. Are you going to let fear write your story? Or are you going to pick up the pen and start living the life you were born to live? There's a war going on inside you. The part of you that knows you're called for more. And the part of you that's afraid of failing. The part of you that dreams big. And the part of you that remembers the pain. And every day you wake up, one of those voices is going to win. One of those sides is going to lead your life. You gotta make the decision every single day to choose purpose over comfort, to choose progress over perfection, to choose the calling over the convenience. Because purpose will stretch you. Purpose will push you. Purpose will require things from you that average will never ask for. But it will also give you a life that average could never offer. You were not put on this earth to be invisible. You were not put here to walk around with your head down, hoping someone notices you. You were put here to shine. You were put here to be the light in somebody's darkness. You were put here to lead the way. But if you keep living like you're just another face in the crowd, you'll die with your greatness still inside you. And I refuse to let that happen to you. I refuse to let you waste another day doubting yourself. I refuse to let you keep living like your life doesn't mean something, because it does. Every breath you take is proof that your purpose is not done. That's your assignment is still active. That's your life's vast value. So don't you dare settle. Don't you dare lower your standard to make people comfortable. Don't you dare back down because it's hard. You weren't built for easy. You were built for impact, built for elevation, built for legacy. I know the journey's rough. I know you've been hurt. I know some days it feels like it'd be easier just give in, but easier to just give in. But you didn't come this far to quit. You didn't survive what you survived just to be average. You were made for more. And if nobody's told you this before, let me be the first. You were born for greatness. You keep looking back at where you came from like it's some kind of ceiling, like it's the limit to how far you can go, like your past is a prison you can't break out of. But let me tell you something. Your background is not your destiny. Your beginnings are not your boundaries. I don't care how rough it started. I don't care what was missing. I don't care who left you, who hurt you, or how many times you failed. Your background does not define your future. What defines your future is your mindset, your work ethic, your ability to believe in something bigger than your circumstances. You keep saying, but I didn't have a father. I didn't have money. I didn't go to the best school. I didn't grow up in the best neighborhood. And I hear you. I really do. But what I'm telling you is those things might have shaped you, but they don't limit you. They don't hold the pen to your story. They don't decide how far you go. You do. You've been given power, the power to choose, the power to write a new chapter, the power to build a new legacy. You don't have to live the life you were handed. You can live the life you're capable of creating. I need you to stop saying I come from nothing. But no, you come from survival. You come from grit. You come from strength. You come from endurance. And that's not nothing. That's everything. Because when you've had to fight for every inch, you learn how to win in ways people with comfort never will. When you've had to claw your way through pain, through loss, through poverty, through doubt, you come out stronger, wiser, hungrier. That's not a disadvantage. That's a superpower. You don't need a perfect past to have a powerful future. Some of the most successful people on the planet came from broken home, addiction, trauma, foster care, war zones, but they refused to let that be the end of their story. They refused to be victims. They chose to be victors. They said, yeah, this is where I started, but it's not where I'm going to finish. And that decision right there, that one mindset shift changed everything. That can be your decision too. You don't have to stay stuck in the story they gave you. You can write a new one. You can flip the script. Maybe your family never made it past high school. You can be the first to graduate. Maybe everyone around you settles. You can be the one who rises. Maybe they all gave up. You can be the one who keeps going. You don't have to carry their pain forever. You don't have to repeat their patterns. You don't have to inherit their limits. You are not your environment. You are not your pain. You are not your path. You are your decisions. You are your discipline. You are your drive. You think I had it easy? You think I grew up with privilege? No, I was homeless. I ate out of trash cans. I failed. I hit rock bottom, but I made a choice. A decision to rise. A decision to take my pain and turn it into power. A decision to stop blaming the world and stop building myself. Because I realized no one was coming to save me, and the same goes for you. If you want a new future, you have to fight for it. You have to grind for it. You have to get up every day and say, might not have started with much, but want to finish with everything I've got. You've got dreams. You've got goals. But you've also got excuses. And you can't hold both at the same time. One of them's got to go. You got to decide. Are you going to let your background be your anchor or your launch pad? Are you going to use it as an excuse or as fuel? Because that pain you've been through, that hardship you carry, that story you don't tell anybody, that can become your greatest strength. That can be the very thing that lights your fire, that pushes you to grind when everyone else is resting. That gives you the heart to keep showing up, even when the odds are stacked against you. Don't let where you came from stop you from where you're going. Don't let one chapter convince you the book's over. You've got more in you, more fight, more strength, more purpose. I don't care what statistics say. I don't care what labels they put on you. They don't know your heart. They don't know your vision. They don't know what you're capable of. You do, and now it's time to act like it. This ain't about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about showing up for the little kid inside you who always knew there was more. The kid who dared to dream before the world tried to crush it. You owe it to that kid. You owe it to your future. You owe it to everyone who comes after you. So stop playing small. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop letting your background be the reason you stay average. Your story might have started in the dirt, but you were meant to rise. And now is the time. Everybody's chasing motivation. Everybody wants to feel inspired. They want that high, that energy, that fire. But what they don't understand is motivation fades. It's temporary. It comes and goes like the wind. You might wake up on Monday ready to conquer the world, but what about Thursday when you're tired? What about Saturday when you're discouraged? What about the days when nothing's working, where the results aren't showing, where the dream seems too far? That's where discipline steps in. That's where the grind takes over. Because motivation will hype you up, but discipline will carry you through. See, discipline don't care about your feelings. It don't need you to feel good. It don't need you to be excited. It just needs you to decide to show up every day, whether you feel like it or not. That's what separates average from elite. That's what separates talkers from doers. Some people wait until they're in the mood. Others move regardless. The ones who win, who make it, who change the game, they're not driven by feelings. They're driven by commitment. You keep saying you want it. You keep talking about success. But the question is, what are you willing to do for it? Are you willing to wake up early when nobody else is up? Are you willing to train when your body's aching? Are you willing to keep grinding when nobody's clapping for you? Because discipline says, I'll do it anyway. I'll go to the gym when I'm tired. I'll study when I'm distracted. I'll keep building when I'm discouraged. Why? Because I made a decision, and my decision is stronger than my emotions. You can't build a legacy off feelings. You can't build a business, a body, a future off hype. You need a system. You need structure. You need discipline. You need that voice inside that says, let's go when everything else is screaming, sit down. You need the kind of mindset that gets up after failure, that keeps moving after rejection, that keeps pushing after disappointment. That's what champions are made of. Not flash, not noise, but consistency. I remember being homeless. I remember having nothing. And I didn't get out because I was motivated. I got out because I was disciplined. I got out because I kept showing up, kept grinding, kept studying, kept speaking every day. Even when nobody saw me, even when nobody believed in me, even when the world told me I couldn't make it. I kept doing the work. And now people look at the results and they think it was easy. They think it was overnight. Nah, it was years of discipline. Years of doing what needed to be done when I didn't feel like it. Years of building in silence. Some of y'all want the spotlight, but you don't want the solitude. You want the stage, but not the sacrifice. You want to be great, but you're only willing to be consistent when it's convenient. That ain't how this works. Discipline is what you do when no one's watching. Discipline is what builds your character when nobody's applauding. Discipline is what keeps you on track when motivation is nowhere to be found. You want success? You better fall in love with the boring stuff. The early morning, the late nights, the repetition, the grind that nobody claps for. Because that's where champions are made. Discipline doesn't mean perfect. It means persistent. It means that even if you fall, you get back up. Even if you miss a day, you don't miss two. Even if you mess up, you reset, you don't quit. Too many people mess up once and throw the whole plan away. Not you. You gotta be different. You gotta be relentless. You gotta be the one who keeps coming, keeps grinding, keeps fighting, even when there's no hype, no inspiration, no spotlight. That's when the magic happens. When you push past the point most people quit, you want a different life. But it's going to require different habits. It's going to take more than motivation. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what finishes the race. It's what builds the body. It's what makes the dream real. And every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're voting for your future. You're casting a vote for the version of you that wins, the version of you that leads, the version of you that refuses to be average. So stop waiting for perfect condition. Stop waiting to feel like it. Do it tired. Do it frustrated. Do it scared. Do it uncertain. But do it. That's discipline. And the more you do it, the stronger it gets. The easier it becomes. One day you'll wake up and realize the thing that used to feel like a mountain is now just a warm-up. Because discipline transformed you. It rewired your brain. It changed your identity. It made you unshakable. You don't need more motivation. You need more consistency. You need to decide what kind of life you want and then live like it. Every single day, whether you feel like it or not. That's how you win. That's how you rise. That's how you become what you were born to be. Everybody wants to be successful until it gets hard. Everybody's motivated until the pain hits, until life punches you in the mouth. And when it does, most people fold. They give up. They throw in the towel. But listen to me, you will never get to greatness if you run from pain. You will never unlock your true potential if you keep quitting every time it hurts. Pain is not your enemy. It's a process. It's not there to stop you. It's there to shape you. It's the fire that burns away the weakness. It's the test that proves you want it as bad as you say you do. Let me break it down. Pain is temporary. I know it hurts right now. I know it's uncomfortable. I know you're tired. I know you're frustrated, but it's temporary. It won't last forever. It's just a season. It's just a phase. It's just a moment. But if you quit, if you walk away, that decision will follow you for life. That regret will echo in your mind forever. That what if will eat you alive. Pain will fade. But quitting becomes part of who you are. You say you want to be great. You say you want to be successful. Then you have to be willing to go through it, to endure, to suffer if you have to. Because there is no greatness without sacrifice. There is no glory without some struggle. You think the legends had it easy? You think champions didn't cry in the dark, didn't question themselves, didn't feel broken sometimes? The difference is they kept going. They didn't quit. They said, this hurts, but I'm still here. This is hard, but I'm not done yet. And that's what made them great. Most people want the reward, but not the work. They want the crown, but not the cross. But let me tell you something. You don't grow in comfort. You grow in the fire. You grow when you stretch. You grow when you're pushed to your limits. That's where greatness is born. Not in the easy times, but in the hard ones. The days you want to give up. The nights you cry yourself to sleep. The moments you think, I can't take this anymore, but you do. You take one more step. You show up one more time. And that's how you build strength. Pain is not punishment. It's preparation. It's building you into the person you need to become to carry the dream you're chasing. Because the truth is, your dream is heavy. Your purpose is massive. And you can't carry it with weak shoulders. So the pain comes to strengthen you, to stretch you, to shape you. And if you quit in the middle of the process, you'll never be ready for the blessing that's waiting on the other side. Listen to me. I know what pain feels like. I know what it's like to be broke, to be hungry, to sleep in abandoned buildings, to feel like you're invisible. But I also know what it's like to push through, to grind in the dark, to rise when everything inside of you wants to give up. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. Every tear, every failure, every setback's all worth it. Because when you refuse to quit, the pain gives way to purpose. The struggle births success. The breakdown becomes your breakthrough. But you have to stay in the fight. You have to make a decision. I might be hurting, but I'm not quitting. I might be tired, but I'm not stopping. Because that's the difference between winners and losers. Winners feel the same pain. They feel the same fear, but they keep going. Losers let pain make the decision. They say, it's too hard. It's too heavy. I'm done, but not you. Not anymore. You're not built to break. You're not made to fold. You were born to finish. You have a purpose. You have a calling, and the enemy of that purpose is comfort. The enemy of your calling is quitting. Don't let temporary pain make you forfeit a permanent reward. Don't let what's hard now rob you of what's possible later, because you're closer than you think. You're stronger than you feel, and stronger than you feel. And the only thing standing between you and your future is your willingness to endure. It's easy to walk away. It's easy to say this isn't for me, but easy never changed the world. Easy never made history. You want to be legendary? You want to leave a legacy? Then you have to embrace the hard. You have to choose the pain, because what hurts today will bless you tomorrow. What breaks you now will build you later. You don't rise in comfort. You rise in resistance. So the next time you feel like quitting, remember this: pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. And I promise you, if you just hold on a little longer, if you just push a little further, if you just believe a little deeper, you will make it through. And when you do, you won't regret the pain. You'll only regret the times you almost gave up. Everybody wants to talk about what they want. They say, I want to be successful. I want to make money. I want to be a doctor, a CEO, a champion. They talk all day about the what. But listen to me. Your what will never be enough to get you out of bed at 4 a.m. Your what won't carry you through pain. It won't carry you through failure. It won't carry you through setbacks. The what is surface level. It's weak. It's soft. You need a why, a deep one, a reason so strong, so real, so personal that quitting is not even an option. See, when you're chasing something big, life will test you. Life is going to hit you in the mouth. You're going to face obstacles. You're going to have people tell you no. You're going to fail. You're going to feel lost sometime. And when that happens, the what won't be enough. I want to be rich. That won't help you when you're broke and discouraged. Well, I want to be famous. That won't help you when nobody's watching. But when your why is rooted in pain, in purpose, in passion, nothing can stop you. Your why is the fuel. It's the fire that burns when everything else goes cold. When you wake up and you're exhausted, your why says to get up anyway. When you lose, your why says, try again. When it hurts, your why says, we're not done yet. That's the difference. That's what keeps the greats going on after the talented ones quit. Their why is deeper. I didn't start speaking because I wanted to be famous. I didn't grind for years in silence just because I wanted money. My why was bigger. My why was my past. Being homeless, sleeping in abandoned buildings, eating out of trash cans. My why was my pain. I told myself I will never go back to that life. I made a promise to my mom, to my wife, to my kids. I would break this cycle. I would change this story. And that why is what drove me when nobody knew my name. That's what made me dangerous. Not talent, not motivation, but a deep burning why. And some of you are struggling not because you lack skill or opportunity, but because your why is weak. You say you want to be successful, but you don't have a reason that hits your heart. You're not connected to the purpose behind the grind. That's why it's easy to sleep in, easy to skip the workout, easy to take shortcuts, because your dream hasn't become personal yet. It's not anchored in something that matters to your soul. You need to ask yourself right now, why do I want this? Why do I get up early? Why do I stay up late? Why am I willing to suffer, to struggle, to sacrifice? You need a reason that brings tears to your eyes. You need a reason that shakes you to your core, because that's what builds grit. That's what builds resilience. That's what keeps you going when the world tells you to stop. Maybe your why is your family. Maybe your why is proving people wrong. Maybe your why is building a life nobody in your bloodline has ever seen. Whatever it is, it has to be real. It has to be bigger than your excuses, bigger than your distractions, bigger than your doubts. Because the grind is long, the road is hard. And if you don't know why you're doing it, you will quit. Some days everything will go wrong. Your plans will fail. Your strength will fade. And on those days, your why is your anchor. Your why is what reminds you. This isn't just about me. This is bigger than me. That's what makes quitting impossible. When your mission is connected to something greater than yourself, you can't give up. You won't give up because you understand what's at stake. You don't need another goal. You need a reason. You don't need more motivation. You need more conviction. And when your why is strong enough, the how will show up. The doors will open. The strength will rise because you'll stop waiting on perfect condition. You'll just move. You'll act. You'll grind. Because the mission is too important. Stop chasing applause and start chasing purpose. Stop focusing on the end result and start focusing on the reason you started. Let that why become your identity. Let it drive every move, every decision, every step. When people laugh, when they doubt, when they walk away, you'll still be standing. You'll still be climbing. Because your why is too real to let you fall. Every morning you wake up, remind yourself what you're fighting for. Remind yourself who's counting on you. Because at the end of the day, your why will make you unstoppable. It will give you power when the world gives you pain. It will give you direction when the path isn't clear. It will turn average into extraordinary, good into great, dreamers into doers. And when your why becomes your everything, there's nothing that can stand in your way. Too many people are sitting on the sidelines of their dream because they think that'll be perfect before they start. They're waiting until they feel ready, until everything is lined up just right, until they have no flaws, no doubts, no mistakes. No mistakes. Let me tell you something, that mindset will kill your greatness. That idea that you have to have it all together, that you have to be flawless before you show up, that's a lie. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. That's the truth. Perfection is a trap. It's an excuse dressed up to look noble. I'm not ready yet. I need to fix this first. Oh, what if I fail? Listen, everybody who's ever achieved greatness started messy. They started with doubt. They started with flaws. But what made them great wasn't perfection. It was that they showed up every single day. They kept grinding. They kept working. They kept building. One step at a time. One brick at a time. One rep at a time. That's consistency. You don't have to get it all right. Just get it going. Start with what you've got. Use what you have. You'll get better as you move. You'll grow as you go. You'll sharpen your skills by showing up, not by sitting still. Stop waiting for some magic moment when you feel completely confident, completely capable, completely perfect. It's not coming. That moment doesn't exist. But if you're consistent, if you show up even when you're scared, even when you're tired, even when you're not sure how it'll turn out, that's when the real transformation happens. Look at the gym. You don't get stronger by doing one per workout. You don't build a six-pack by going 1 day a week and lifting heavy. It's the daily grind. It's the reps. It's the commitment to keep showing up even when you're sore, even when you're not seeing results yet. The results come from consistency. The strength comes from the repetition. Same thing with your goals. Same thing with your business, your dream, your purpose. You think the people on top got there because they never made mistakes. No, they made thousands, but they kept showing up. They kept improving. They kept building. They had days when they failed, days when they fell knocked down, days when nothing seemed to work, but they stayed consistent. They didn't let failure stop them. They didn't let doubt hold them back. They said, I may not be perfect, but I'm still going. That's what you got to do. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to always feel motivated. You just have to keep showing up, keep learning, keep growing, keep pushing day in and day out. That's where greatness is born. Not in perfection, but in persistence. You don't need to run a marathon today. Just take the first step. You don't need to write a best-selling book tonight. Just write a page, then write another one tomorrow. Then another the day after that. You don't build your dream in a day. You build it by stacking one faithful day on top of another. One win at a time. One lesson at a time. That's the secret. That's the truth nobody wants to hear because it's not flashy. It's not sexy. It's work. It's discipline. It's consistency. And the beautiful thing about consistency, it compounds. It stacks up. 1 day of effort might not feel like much. 2 days might feel the same, but stay locked in for a month, for 6 months, for a year. And suddenly you're looking back and realizing you're a completely different person. You're stronger. You're wiser. You're further than you ever thought you'd be. Not because you were perfect, but because you were present. You were present. You were committed. Oh, stop beating yourself up every time you stumble. Stop thinking one bad day ruins the whole journey. It doesn't. What ruins the journey is quitting. What destroys dreams is inconsistency. One missed day, fine. Get back up. Keep going. Keep showing up. That's what winners do. They don't wait to feel like it. They commit to the mission. And that commitment fuels the consistency. It's not about motivation. Motivation fades. It's about habits. It's about systems. It's about deciding, this is who I am now. I'm a finisher. I'm disciplined. I'm consistent. And improving that decision with your actions every single day, even on the days when it's boring, even on the days when it's inconvenient, even on the days when nobody's watching. Especially then, because those quiet, unseen days, the ones where it's just you and the grind, just you and the reps, just you and the decision to keep going, that's where character is built.